Hi. You're looking at me. You think I'm religious? Just because I got this over my head. I got it over my head for a reason. It's a kooky reason. It's like blinders on a horse. I went to the racetrack long enough to know that when the horse is spooked beside him, he can't get it right. So thus the connection is off with the driver and the horse as he sees other things while he's trying to show him direction. He gets nowhere with it. So I put on the blinders. But this is what it is, the blinders. All I want to see is me, because I see the reflection of me talking to you, and I don't care about anything else that happens around me. You see, now we're all together. This video was prepared to make for 97.7. I listened to a few things, and I played with them because I like to play with things. So I figured I'd play with C.H.O.M because they're rock and roll. So, which part of it do I go to? Astral video is like asteroids. We know that everything in the universe, and C.H.O.M is part of the universe, as they're owned by the universe. It's astral video. It's so simple for me to figure out. And you all know it says it on your paycheck, so you know what the cash says, and the cash speaks much, especially from where it comes. So that would be astral video. Now, as you know, whatever doesn't move on the ground gets smashed. Well, in space, too, it gets smashed. So when this rock doesn't move and the two rocks hit, they both get smashed. It falls to pebbles, some fall to dust. It goes to the ground. The pebbles roll, the rolling stones. Now we all know one way, the way we can think about it. But do not forget the ashes. They also turn to dust, and they also fall to the bottom of the barrel. Just like everybody that gets knocked down because they've done all the wrong things, just like the lamb who was pissed off. He's got knocked down so many times, even when he shows his teeth. They think he's mad, but he's silent because he knows so much. Yet he's at the bottom of the barrel, which is at the bottom of the hill. And if you don't pay attention, you'll get crushed by the rolling stones. And that's why the cinders from the fire that also fall to the same place where the dust is where hell is, because that's where all the problems is. And that's where we get ourselves into all the problems, because it's our fault, because we cause it, because we're the only ones that are the cause of the earth. But anyways, that's okay. So now we have the rolling stones. You hit them in the space, they roll, nothing but a rolling stone. Now we got 97.7. So what do we do with that? Like I want to impress C.H.O.M, because I also want to be able to say something on the radio. I have to say my part of the story. But anyways, right now the part of the story is let's have fun with C.H.O.M. So 9 is perfect, as we all know, because if you start at 0, if you count from 0 to 9, 0, 1, when you reach 9, it's actually the 10th spot. So 9 is perfect. And 9 gives us a chance to reach for 100%, because 9 and 10 are different. There's the difference of 1. So if you want to better yourself, at least by 9, and you know where 10 is, at least you have the good direction to get there. Now we have the 7 and a dot 7. Well, that's pretty simple. Just stand those two towers in New York back up. 7 and 7. Equality. When equality falls, so do the two that are equal, because they're no longer equal, so they should no longer be there. The 7 and the 7. They say the number of God is 7, but the number of man is 6. But just in comparison for something else, they just put 7 and 7 to say that what I can do up here in 6 days, what can you do down there in 6 days before you get your rest? So here's how it goes. 1 second, my cat is here and he has half the tail. You see that tail? Well, that's why life is the way it is, because of all the tails we have instead of all the truth that there is. And I'll start by this. Hold on, let me get rid of the cat. Hold on. Okay. So now we have 97.7. So now we know what's right is the 9. It's perfect. We take the 7 of equality. We add them together, and it's 23. You know the movie 23. But how do we get to 23? Well, if you want to tell everybody about your life or your day, you have 24 hours in a day. You tell them the first hour. Thus, you're at 23. So now we understand. Now we have to understand the life you're in at this point. So 2 and 3 is 5. So now we can see where 5 sits. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we went through 5 stories in our life. Okay, in order to find true love, you have 9 tries. Okay, and on the 9th try, see this thing that looks like a 0 because that's the beginning? Well, it's also the end. If you don't make it on the 9th try, the game's over. So instead of counting 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, we can also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the 5 is the center, and that's where we are in life. That's half-life. That's because it's the first half, and that's the first chance, because there's 2 parts to the game, like there's 2 parts to soccer. Soccer, well said in French, is soccer. meaning secure. We are secure. Secure. And that's why the ball, okay, looks like those little bee places where bees go, because bees are pure and they're rejuvenation. Okay? So now we know we count like this to go backwards. 1 and 2 is 3, and 3 and 3 is 6. 6 and 4 is 10. 10 and 4 is 14. Excuse me, 6 and 4 is 10, and 5 is 15. And we all know total life, right, would be, if we live 5 years, we have to live 5 more, so that would be eternity. So we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, add it to 8, which is 23 again, so that would be eternity. So everybody wants to know what 9 is. Well, the 9th one is those are all the chances, all the times of the 6th day. We have 9 times of the 6th day before we reach the 7th day, before man is allowed rest. God was allowed rest on the 7th day. Man is not equal to God, but he can try on the 6th day as many times until he gets it right. And he tried 9 times. And the reason we know that is because of the 0. We see the first 5. And halfway between the first 5 at some point, you have the last 5. So everything is equal to the first part. So 5 and 8 is eternity, makes 23. Now, the 9 spots we have for the 9 lives we have, which actually means 10, okay, which I'll explain in another video if somebody asks me, is for the 9 tails of the cats, of the 9 lives of the cats, of our life. It's all our life story and tales that took so long before we found the truth that it took some of us right till the end, which was 9, to figure it out. And that's the reason for the 9 lives of the cat. It's because of the man's tail and the 9 tails he had to say. So 5 is the middle try of 9. You know, 5 is the middle try of the 9 lives, and now we're on the second try. So it's like a halfway point. So we count down in our life from 24 to 23. And we're still untrue, so we still have to try. We get a second chance, and until our family becomes our friend, we have to keep trying, because you can't bring the story back home to your angel as part of a story. Actually, you could, I'm wrong. But everybody wants to know your family history, and your story is big with your family history. And that's why everybody wants to know family history, and that's why family history is so strong, because with family history and your story without a tail, that goes back to the angel that's pure, through the connection of the spirit, in which I'm so direct, it's so crazy because I know. Then they have the whole story, the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God, with every angle, so they can check everything you did to see what you did, because you're only talking to yourself anyways. You got to go back and live in your own body. So if you go back to live with lies, you walk down a crooked road, you'll get killed up there anyway. So what's the difference if you die here? You die up there. For you, the man who tells all the lies, who wants no more and no better than for himself, well, tough luck for you. What can I do? I'm giving you a little advice right now. It's time for everybody to start thinking what they do, because your thinking doesn't change anything. It's a thinking that causes all the action that changes everything. So you better watch out what you think, because it's what you think that makes your next move. Thank you. This is Raphael, 7286, C.H.O.M FM. Rock and roll, the Rolling Stones. Everything that's the bottom of the mountain, as the Rolling Stones come down, as all the earthquakes happen and whatever else it is, the ashes fall to dust on the ground, but everything gets rolled over or driven over by a car, thus looking like the Rolling Stone, thus meaning the universe. Comparison of your car driving over a stone, or someone walking over you and not letting you speak the truth. He's not ready to see the truth. Although he's blinded, he's not even ready to try. And man, if you don't stand up, the Twin Towers never will too, because man must face man with the truth. And when they do, the Twin Towers will stand erect inside you. And when they fall sideways, the Twin Towers, it doesn't mean they fell down. It means we're now equal. You see those two equal signs? What do you want me to roll it up so you can see it better? What do I have to show you what equal is all about? You know, no matter how you look at it, if it's standing up, it's still equal. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean it's even, it's just equal. Okay? Raphael, 7286. You got the question? I got the info. You come back, I'll tell you all the answers. Really want to know where they came from? All those good books that told you all those good things? Well, if you put all that magic together and mix it up what's on Earth and try and find out what's in the universe, you can mix the two together. It's called a mix and match, to work the two. That's how we work together, by understanding the differences of the two. Hey, my friend, how are you? Hey, my friends, how are you? I'm no better than anybody. I just have a story. And I hope my tales are good, because I don't want to have too many tales. Because on the 4th tale, right, as there were 3 tales before, which were 666, 18, the 4th tale is the end of the story, as the 4th tale tells the other 6. And the 24th hours tells the story of the day, equaling to the day of my life, and the history of the angel of who I am. And I'm going to deliver that stamped. I don't even need money. Boom! The truth is there. It goes into a file. I can close my eyes, and when somebody asks me the question, that file opens up because 100% of my truth is in that file, and I need 10% of my brain to go get it. And that's why man uses only 10% of his brain, because he doesn't need to use any better. Don't you know all the rules and the laws of physics? Once you know all the rules and laws of physics, apply them everywhere, and use all the tools we have. But everybody watches a baseball game, but they really don't know that, you see, 3 strikes you're out, but actually it's 3 balls you're out. You got to do everything backwards. Because if it's good one way, it's got to be good the other way. You'll know the difference, and when you know the difference, it's the best. No one can cheat you if you know the black and the white of every story, right? A story will be a story, and if you know the tale of all stories, it's fun for you more than anybody else, which makes you smile. Oh my God, those teeth are scary, but I'm the lamb that's at the bottom of the hill that got crushed by the rolling stone of the rock and roll that crushed them to get them there. 2 rocks hit, they fall to the ground, and they roll. They roll on the dust. I'm the lamb that was at the bottom. Those are my teeth. I'm grinning because I'm ready to come back up on the calling, because I have the answer now. Before, I didn't care if he knocked me down because I didn't know any better, but I learned. I'm ready to get back up. So if the wolf's in my way, my hand is out to grab his hand and help him learn better. If it's not, do not worry. My teeth are sharp. I'll finish him off right away. It's okay. It's only a fairy tale, like in a story, like in a fable. But the whole thing ends, in this fable, the true man of earth, he is able. You come and get me, and I'll be there for you. I just want to be there. It makes me happy. You don't need to know my name. All the same, once he's there and he helps you, we're all happy at the end. It's easier to breathe. Because what's life with the worry? But life is so much better to breathe without the worry, because he's a big weight on our chest. And any weight on anything will change the shape of something, meaning it will change the shape of the universe, as man has changed the shape of the universe by the weight he has put on the universe with all his lies and all his tales. That is all for now. Never will it end. If you are my friend, you will always have a question, and I will always answer it, for wherever you are, whoever you are. I don't know your face. I really don't want to see your face. I just want to get the brains right. Once all the brains are right, the faces will be so much smiley, and they'll be happy to look at. So don't paint me any false pictures, because I don't want to see any pictures of anybody's face, because I don't know whose face is true, and it don't make a difference to me. I used to be a compulsive gambler, and I don't gamble at all now. So question it, was it the gambling? Probably not, because I always had money in my pocket. So I always had food in my fridge, and I always had something else to do. So I always regarded it as it was evil, and I went there to do it, but I made sure I didn't get lost in it again on my first chance in life. But on my second chance, I almost lost myself in it, and therefore I couldn't understand the game, in which roulette is one of the points in the game, because of all the aces that run the lines of the universe that no one sees, which is an extension from where the ball falls, which is in between the 2 legs, which has a roof that divides up before the top. 666, add up all the numbers of the roulette. Add up all the numbers in the cards, the 9 lights. You see, God rests on the 7th day, but man doesn't rest till the 7th day. And the only way to get to the 7th day, you have to repeat the 6th day. So they repeated 9 times the 6th day. 9 tails they had, like the cat. Until the last day, they told the truth. Man told a tale. On the last day, they told the truth. 9 times 6 is 54. 52 cards in a deck, a black joker and a red joker. One of them, okay, each one, if you add all the points up, each suit adds up to 91. 13 cards, each one has a point on it, equals 91. 4 suits, 364. Black joker, red joker. Red joker, man, blood flows all the time. Communication, spirit, add 1 all the time. Black joker is only around when you have the impure thoughts, which is usually 25% of the time. Therefore, he only can count for 1/4. So there the card counts for 1/4. There it counts for only 1/4. So 1/4 would be 1/4 of every year, which would be every 4 years, which would be the leap year. And that's how we get all the days in the year, from all the stories of man. So thank you very much. It's Raphael. I don't know if it makes a story or makes a difference to you, but I think I said it right this time, and it's starting to be a little bit more fun. I'm more relaxed, because when I look at my face and it sounds good, you know, once I love me, I can pass the love on. Because when my love is full,